Gossip isn't harmless chatter. It's leadership left unattended. And if you don't cut it off fast, it spreads faster than truth and poisons everything it touches. So, welcome to Solving People Problems, the show where leaders come when the people part of leadership is the hardest part. Now, I'm Brenda Neckfottle, and I've spent 30 years in HR. I've done crisis management and handling the kind of workplace chaos no one ever warns you about. Now, every episode, we get straight to the point. Real problems, real people, real solutions you can use today. No theory, no sugarcoating, just the tools you need to lead with authority, protect your sanity, and keep your team performing at its best. Now, it starts small. A side conversation after the meeting, a whisper in the hallway, a text thread that should have never started. But what looks like just venting quickly turns into a virus. Trust erodes, teams divide, and suddenly you're managing factions instead of focus. Because gossip isn't about information, it's about power. It's about creating alliances in the shadows instead of accountability out in the open. And when leaders ignore it, this thing grows teeth. The rumor mill becomes the engine of culture, and people start believing the whispers more than they actually believe you. So here's what works. This is what you need to say. I don't talk about people, I talk to them. And if there's an issue, let's bring it to the table so I can consider it. That one statement shuts down gossip without drama. It redirects energy into accountability and it shows your team you won't manage shadows, you will manage solutions. Because leadership isn't about chasing down rumors, it's about refusing to lead through back channels. Now, can we agree that every time you let gossip slide, you're not avoiding conflict, you're fueling it? So, how many of you have watched small whispers turn into full blown division? How many of you felt the sting of learning your leadership was being questioned in conversations you weren't even invited to? So, how many of you have let it slide because you didn't want to seem controlling, only to realize that silence gave the rumors permission to grow? Realize this, that gossip doesn't thrive because people are just chatty. It thrives because leaders don't confront it. Because you don't protect culture by staying neutral, you protect it by drawing the line. And you don't create trust by letting people vent sideways. You create it by insisting problems get solved face to face. And you don't stop gossip by hoping it burns out. You stop it by refusing to let it catch fire in the first place. So, where in your leadership are you letting gossip carry more weight than truth? Where are you allowing whispers to replace conversations? And what would change if the next time you heard it, you shut it down with one sentence that made your standard clear? Because gossip only wins when leaders stay quiet. Say less to people, say more to the problem, and you starve the poison before it spreads. Now, all this can start changing for you as long as you start putting it into action. And on October 22nd in Virginia Beach, my Leadership Unleashed live event will show you what to say, when to say it, and why it works. So, tense rooms settle and your teams move. It's not just another leadership event, it's the only room where you finally get the tools to deal with the chaos no one warned you about. Those employees who love to push back, performance that starts to slip, and team dynamics that drain the ever living life out of your leadership. So join me and two Navy SEALs for a full day of high intensity reset that shift how you lead under pressure because trust, clarity, and control, those things don't happen by accident. You build them. So seats are limited, and we probably have some VIP spots left, but they're really limited. So go to leadershipunleashedlive.com and book your spot today.